Hi, everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. I'm so sorry I've been away for so long. It's like this is the 7th day, right? Well, we went to Wales and silly me thought, I could still post because all I needed was my phone to post. But unfortunately for me, the place we went to had very bad Wi-Fi. Even I couldn't make phone calls. I couldn't use my phone. I couldn't use their Wi-Fi. I tried to upload. It took me 48 hours for one video to go up. And after that video went up, YouTube also came for me for copyright issues and all that. So I had to take it down, and it was horrible to the point that I was like, you know what, I think this is a sign I should take some rest. So I spent quality time with the kids, and now I'm back here. I feel a little bit refreshed. I know a lot of people are always in the comments saying, go outside, touch some grass. Literally, I went outside and touched grass. Okay. I smelt it as well. So yeah, now I'm feeling good, okay? And I'm back and I'm going to be posting regularly. Is that a right word? Now, anyway, in today's video.
Did you hear about how this perfect couple influencer revealed that she's the one paying the bills in the relationship?
Let's not pretend that I'm the one that paid the deposit on our house. Let's not pretend that I'm not the one that paid for the Range Rover. Let's not pretend that I'm the one that paid for this whole fucking life that we live. Let's not pretend that. Let's not pretend.
Well, this is Raina, and she's a super influencer with millions of followers across multiple platforms. She talks about her relationship and how proud she is that her husband came in and saved her after having 2 kids and then becoming a single mom. The interesting part is that she's taking care of this man and their entire family, and I don't see anything wrong with that. What's wrong is the fact that she's lying about it, trying to make him out to be some kind of savior when he's clearly not. And they had the audacity to post this video telling black men, you need to take care of your kids or we are going to step in and do it for you. Raina, you have my permission to be the head of your family and take care of everything without having to lie about it. Oh, Raina, I wish you would understand that your family is still perfect if you're the power behind it. I wish more women would wake up.
Social media couples. It's, to be honest, I enjoy watching some of them sometimes, all right? Yeah, like seeing black women loved properly, taken care of, showered with gifts, it makes me happy, okay? And I know it gives a lot of women something to aspire to. It's like, you're seeing these ladies who are living their best life, being given the princess treatments and so on and so forth. And you're like, yeah. This is what helps women to raise their standards, to know what they are looking for. And so, yeah, I'm here for that. I love it when they show all these things. However, it's social media. Okay, it's social media. At this point in time, a lot of things may be aspiring, but at the same time, like I say all the time, take everything with a pinch of salt. All right, because not everything is as it seems for a lot of these content creators, influencers. Yeah, take everything with a pinch of salt. Don't try to emulate everything that you see on social media, because if you follow them, you may fall in a trap, from people who are always in luxury to people who are showing their children the good times, the highlight reels, like all those people. They show you bits about their lives where they're happy, they don't tell you the ins and outs of it. Yeah, it's social media. Sometimes you need to go out there and touch some grass, quoted unquote. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section. But let's get into some of the stitches and I'm going to come back and talk some more. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you.
Let's get into why it's so important not to idolize none of these couples online. Y'all familiar with Rose and Brett? The interracial couple that got together and, supposed to be so cute online and all that stuff? Yeah, they going through it right now. Let's talk about it. When I say let's talk about it, I'm not saying, hey, let's spill their tea, because I don't really care about their tea. But what I do care about is the fact that so many of us see people happy online and we be like, oh, I want to be just like them. not knowing nothing they really go through. This girl then said, oh, he came about to save my life, gave me nothing but good hope, changed me and my son's lives. Even hooked up with other like interracial couples to kind of make it seem like, you know, all black women should go this way too. Only to now be on live and cussing him out, going off saying how he was a bum sleeping in somebody's basement, she paid for everything, and yada, yada, yada. That's why you got to idolize somebody in your family. Where your elders at? Where your church family at? And being honest, even they make mistakes. What they going through in their marriage, that's their business. But what I am telling you is what you going to go through and what you experience in your marriage, relationships, friendships, and anything else, that's your business. Keep it offline. Keep focused. Understand everything ain't what it appear to be, especially here. It's so many pretenders. What y'all think about folks that see other people happy online and be like, oh my God, I want that? Ugh.
Now, what in the pasta and lobster is going on here? You telling me that y'all left black men alone because you didn't want to go 50-50 just to get with Chad and have to be the one to put the down payment on the house by yourself and then buy your own car and pretend like he gave it to you as a push present? Now, all jokes aside, this actually happens more than most people talk about, where the woman is the breadwinner and a lot of times she give the man credit for a lot of the stuff that you see, because she want to make it look like she got a provider or that man is doing more than he actually doing, especially when you start getting into the influencer world. A lot of girls who have become influencers come into a lot of money. And, you know, trying to find a man who make just as much money as she make, a lot of times is challenging. So when they do get into these relationships, a lot of times they are the breadwinner and they fund a lot of the stuff dealing with the lifestyle. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that if it works for them. Right? If they like it, I love it. I truly don't care how nobody got their household expenses set up if it works for them. That's the reason why you should not be paying this 50-50 conversation no attention, right? Because y'all be listening to people who you don't know what they do offline. You don't know how they split their bills and expenses with their partner, but they'll get online and shame you for being with somebody and you helping to pay bills. If it worked for you and you don't have no problem with it, don't get online and let nobody tell you to have a problem with it, right? If it's working for you and your man, do whatever it is that's working for you and your man, right? If you don't want to go 50-50 and you looking for a provider, then find you a provider. But if you truly don't mind it, don't let people online convince you that you mind it. But when it comes to this Rose and Brett situation, she said that she had been drinking and she only said the stuff to hurt his ego and that it wasn't true. Only her and him know whether or not it's true. Right? But usually you can't hurt nobody's ego unless there is truth to what you're saying. And usually when you're drinking is when the truth come out. But regardless, like I said, that's their problem. But as far as looking up to people online and making them relationship goals, you should never do that. I'm not a fan of relationship content because majority of it is fake and it's scripted, you know, to be relationship goal type stuff for social media. And a lot of times it curses the relationship and people lose their relationships behind trying to make it a personality for social media. But make your own relationship goals. Don't be looking up to these people. Don't be believing everything that you see. And if something is working for you offline with somebody and y'all don't have no problems with how y'all got y'all situation set up, do not get online and let people who lied to you tell you that there's something wrong with the way your relationship is set up with somebody.
Rose and Brett. Let me first say I'm not a connoisseur, a fan, or even a follower. I've seen secondhand videos and I'm aware that they were a thing and they're still a thing, but people have a problem with their relationship because supposedly she's going off. Many of folk are talking about he was supposed to save you. He was your white savior, but he's saving you. Do not act like this doesn't happen in our community. Black women are the most educated, and you want to know why? Because they sold us the dream that we can get the education and the this and the that, and the, you know, go to therapy and all this stuff. Make yourself better. You know, put the community on your back. We're all burdened with that, and our counterparts are not doing that. To find a black man that's like in therapy voluntarily is like finding a unicorn at all ages. Okay, that is not something that they are embracing. We are embracing it for the purpose is to have an amazing life. So many of us have put Ray, JoJo, and John on our back thinking that they were worthy. And when people saw us doing good, they assumed it was him. And we were like, yeah, he's amazing. Until we had to tell the truth. Not so much. It was me. I bought that. I bought this. I bought that. And we've all been there hoping that someone would take our offering and do something good with it. Some men have. Many appreciated. So many have not. So even if it is true, so the F what? If you love somebody and they provide peace, they provide comfort, then why would you not? That sometimes is even more valuable than someone bringing $100,000 to $1 million to $1 trillion to the table. It's whatever it is for you. But I'm not mad at a woman saying, you know what, I'm the one, I have the vision, I have the goal, we need to create the legacy, and to giving her man the opportunity to come up. If you guys end up in an amazing space and you vetted that situation, then do you. I don't care. That has nothing to do with me. And for her to come out and say something about it, if it were true, it's just her way of saying, listen, I've made this sacrifice and it didn't work out. People are learning from both vantage points. From the vantage point of seeing a woman thriving, having a life, enjoying a life, and even saying, hey, I bought into this dream, I sold this vision, and it didn't work out. Personally, I think it's all fake. I think it's all for fodder. It's all for views. I don't believe it at all. And at the end of the day, even if somebody started this race, they're both going to finish it. They've both earned the right. So don't get too caught up in the, you know what, she ain't being saved by her great white hope. That is too minuscule. It's too minuscule. The major theme here is that even though they look and or appear to be suffering, the engagement that they're experiencing is sending those checks through the roof. When it comes down to it, social media doesn't care if people like you or don't like you. They only care about engagement. When you talk mess on people's videos, they make money off of that. The best thing that could ever happen to you is somebody not liking you and rioting in your comments. That sends your engagement up. If you don't know that, then you know business. And at the end of the day, I think that Rose is probably the smartest person in this whole conversation. Let me know your thoughts.
I've never seen these people a day in my life, so I want to make sure I get this straight. There is an interracial couple in here that pretty much panders to black women about how they should date outside their race, right? I'm gonna get a lot of pushback for saying this, but I don't really like when black people talk about dating outside their race. Not because I'm against it, because I clearly have done it. I'm clearly a product of it. It's because the way y'all talk about them, like y'all are so selfish. Like y'all never talk about being a partner with a white man or being a partner with a white woman or learning and growing with the Hispanic women when you get your passport. The only thing y'all ever talk about is what they can do for y'all. Is that not selfish? Y'all are like me. I gotta leave black men and black women alone because of me. But nevertheless, let me stay focused. The interracial couple, and they promote themselves to black women, and the whole thing is, get with white men, they'll treat you better. Whole time, she paying for every motherfucking thing. Bitch, you volunteered for slavery? And don't get me wrong, I don't believe in struggle up. I don't believe that anybody should be in a relationship struggling like that. Like, y'all need to separate, figure it out, and maybe come back together later on, but doing it together ain't gonna work, in my humble opinion. Y'all might have a different opinion, but I will say this, the one thing I can't stand more than struggle love is interracial struggle love, because what the fuck you mean that you gonna pay for all this white man shit? Didn't your ancestors do enough for him and his family? Why the fuck are you doing more? And I see another video talking about how this dude got a passport to go to Puerto Rico, and I was like, how you get a passport to go to Puerto Rico? But anyways, I ain't gonna touch on that. But he a passport bro, and he went to Puerto Rico, and he started dating the women and realized they was racist. But y'all, anyways, let me get ready for work. Bye.
People like Rose and Brett are one of the reasons why I very seldomly post my husband on social media. The people that know us in real life know that we have been together forever. This November be 17 years. This October be 14 years married. And we are in love, right? We love each other to death. We have a family together. However, sometimes he don't like me. And sometimes I don't like him. That's perfectly fine. And people that know us know that, right? So the people that I come to find over time that post one another over and over again, man crush Monday, woman crush Wednesday, oh my man, my woman, those be the ones that are going through it because they're on social media seeking validation for their relationship. They laying in bed at night, not just asking themselves all the time, like, why am I with him? Why am I with her? And then they post it on social media, and then people are like, oh, couples goals, and oh, I wish I had somebody like that. Like, that's what they're looking for. That's what keeps them in it. And a lot of times, a lot of people in their life be done told them, it wasn't the right move. I think you could do better. But they have points to prove. So they're going to stick through the abuse. They're going to stick through, the infidelity. They're going to stick through the mistreatment because a lot of times they're scared to fail, right? And that's understandable. As a married woman, your marriage coming to an end is hard. Like, me and my husband has hit a rough patch once or twice in these 17 years. And one of those rough patches, I can honestly say that I felt like it could have been an end, right? And I was scared. I was scared of the thought of it. I was scared of the embarrassment, all of that. And then by the grace of God, we got through our hard times, and we still get them though. We still get hard times, but they're not as explosive, and as big as, they have been once or twice throughout our relationship. But don't be on here analyzing these couples, y'all. These people be going through it. They're seeking validation. It's like last week, my husband bought me some flowers and an edible arrangement to work. He called me, said, come outside. Went outside the office, and I just could have died because he don't do stuff like that a lot, right? So I was just really happy and excited. And I was, proud of him for doing that because we've had talks about him making gestures like that. Despite all the other, because he does a lot for us, right? But the people in the office was like, oh, it's your anniversary. And I was like, no, it's just because. And it was like praising it, like, oh, I'm so happy for you, like, oh, I wish I had blah blah blah, this and that. And I had to stop him, like, we've been together 17 years. I can count on one hand how many times he bought me some flowers or something to my job. Now, he's had it at home waiting for me when I got off, but coming to my job, he's very seldomly done that. And I had to let him know that. And I'm happy to say that I am that woman. And people that know me know I'm not boasting. I'm not bragging. I'm not talking about my relationship is so perfect, this and that. They know he gets on my fucking nerves. They know I get on his fucking nerves. So don't idolize these people. Y'all don't know what them people be going through. I think I made a post about this a while back. Like, don't idolize these fucking couples, y'all. That shit is weird. And if you see couples that's always posting one another like that, don't say couples goals because you don't know. A lot of them men be having outside churn, taking bitches on trips, going upside the old lady head and all that kind of stuff. The women be miserable, probably out there doing their own thing on the side. Y'all don't know what these people be going through. And Rose and Brett ain't no different. They are one of many. But bitch, I don't give a fuck how big I get, what I'm doing. I ain't about to be on this bitch talking about some, oh, we this and we that. Bitch, I know what we is, and we've been there for 17 years and counting. Don't need to prove nothing to nobody.
Yeah, as I was saying, it's nice to have all these ladies who come online, share their lives with us, show us all the good things that are happening in their lives, how well they are being loved and taken care of. It's nice to see all of those things. But in 2024, take everything with a pinch of salt. All right? And do what works for you. If 50-50 works for you and he's splitting with you in the middle, he's doing half of everything, taking care of the kids, washing the clothes, washing the dishes, and so on and so forth. Do what works for you. And he still respects you, loves you, doesn't cheat on you. Like, do that. Okay? If it's the guy who's going to take care of you and provide, go for it. Because what's the point? Who are you lying to at the end of the day? You're lying to yourself. All right, everybody's going to say whatever. It's going to die down in a couple of days. You're still going to make the money and still going to pay the bills. Do you understand me? Think about that. Don't lie for any man. Don't try to boost any man's ego. Don't try to, cover up things for any man. If he's a good person to you, he's a good person to you. Not everything has to be measured with how much wealthy somebody is, okay? If he's good to you emotionally, mentally, physically, he's a good person, but he hasn't got the funds, right, for the relationship, and you are in a very good relationship, like you guys can communicate, everything is okay except money, then find ways and means to make more money. All right. But make sure that you're not a placeholder for him, because the reason why most of us keep preaching, find a man who is like already made to do life with, is because we have seen that a lot of men can use women as placeholders until they can stand on their own 2 feet. We know that. All right. We know that. And that's why we keep talking about it's better for you to find a man who has everything before, looking for a relationship, looking for marriage, and so on and so forth. Because at the end of the day, it may be better, but I've seen ballerina farms. So at this point in time, I don't even know. It's up to you. Like I said, do what works for you. All right. But in most situations like this, most of these guys stay around because of what you're doing for them. That's all we are saying. All right. Because of what you can do for them, because you have the money, because you have the funds, because, he gets to be a house husband, take care of the kids and so on and so forth. And that's why he's there with you. Like, would he treat you better if you didn't have the money, if you didn't have the resources, if you weren't famous? Would he still feel the same way about you? That's why we keep talking about these things. Okay. But it's your life. Now I have to say that most of the times it's your life. I'm going to give you or tell you some of the things or from experiences or things I've heard and seen. But you make your own decision at the end of the day. All right. If he doesn't have it at all and you want that kind of life and you can't get that kind of life, and so you try to boost him up to be this kind of person, boost yourself up. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a single woman who has 2 children or 3 or 4 who is living that kind of life. I mean, it would be nice to see more women living that kind of life who are single mothers, who are making it. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you need to be comfortable with being alone. You need to be comfortable with being the sole provider. And you need to stand in that and be confident in that because you did that. All right. Instead of bringing somebody into your life just so people will know that, hey, it just doesn't make sense. You're fooling yourself. All right. But all I'm going to say is do what works for you. You can listen to us, but do what works for you. All right. But anyway, let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section, and I'll see you again with another video. Bye.